There is a reason why I'm wearing this hoodie right now, because the nerf on Sargon is super bad. What's going on, my beautiful governors? Welcome to any Rise of Kingdoms video. I think I'm a day late, but unfortunately I couldn't find time to make this video yesterday. It is what it is. Today we are going to talk about the nerf on Sargon. Now the main thing about Sargon, the exciting thing about Sargon was his debuff, because his first skill was quite underwhelming, but his debuff was really good. But they nerfed his debuff. We are going to take a look at this debuff change, this nerf, and I also asked Duke what he thinks about this nerf, and he gave us some answers. Now we are going to discuss if investing on Sargon
still worth it. Something is wrong with my voice. I guess we're in space.
One of the most beloved Star Trek franchises is finally arriving in Star Trek Fleet Command. Play alongside huge themes like war, morality, and spirituality in the new in-game missions. This new arc will offer something for everyone, with 3 new officers focused on ship survivability, new missions following the fan-favorite narrative of Deep Space Nine, and Alliance starbases. Welcome Deep Space Nine crew, Epic Sisko, Rare Kira, and Rare Miles O'Brien. The crew's primary focus will be on ship survivability over damage. 2 officers will be useful in any armada, and 1 will be specialized in specific Deep Space Nine armadas.
Alliance starbases.
They are a physical embodiment of an alliance's strength, which push members to work together for shared progression and mutual benefits as they navigate inter-alliance diplomacy, conflict, and all-out war. It's a new social feature to enhance collaboration. Players within an alliance will be able to now work together and build a starbase. By contributing to an alliance starbase, that alliance can take control over new system resources, aka celestial objects, in order to upgrade the base to provide new buffs to their alliance and themselves individually. Introducing the USS Defiant, the Dominion, Cardassians, and Dr. Bashir. Take the con and journey through the wormhole with me in Star Trek Fleet Command. Available on iOS, Android, and Windows. A huge thank you to Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to give it a try and download the game from the link in the description or pinned comment. Now, let's talk about Sargon nerf. So this was the original second skill, original debuff on Sargon. It was when attacking, this commander has, when you max the skill, 100% chance to inflict a stack of Avid. But now it says when dealing skill damage. If you guys missed our discussion with Duke where we discussed Sargon and Tariq on a live stream, card up in the top, I highly recommend you to check it out because we reviewed those commanders in depth. But simply, this is the most underwhelming thing about Sargon, his active skill, because he doesn't instantly deal that damage, he deals that damage over time, over the course of 5 seconds. So this means you need to be actively hitting your target for all those 5 seconds for you to deal the whole damage coming from Sargon, and he's an infantry commander, which is the slowest troop type, and enemies can easily retreat and run away from you because you are infantry, and this was the main downside of the skill. But his debuff was also really good because every time you do a normal attack, you would apply a debuff with a 100% probability. But they changed it to when dealing skill damage. And dealing skill damage with Sargon is already quite hard and conditional, and now with the nerf, we also rely on his skill damage, applying all this skill damage for that 5 seconds for this skill to be worth it. I think this is a major nerf, but just in case, as I said at the start of the video, I also asked Duke what he thinks about this nerf. Now let's jump to the Q&A section about the nerf. I asked him how do you feel about the change, and he said the change seriously hurts him in the open field, and this part is so important. He said, I cannot recommend people invest on him as much because on our live stream, Tariq was really good, a really good rally commander, but he wasn't mainly an open field commander. He was just versatile, right? If you're a rally leader and if you need a strong infantry rally, yes, of course, Tariq is really good, but the positive thing is the versatility is you can also use Tariq in the open field. But Sargon, even though, as I said, his first skill was underwhelming, the rest of his kit was really good, especially his debuff, so it was worth to invest on Sargon. But with this nerf, he says, I cannot recommend people investing on him as much. My next question was, do you think, let's say, some people, of course, still going to max him, so that my question was, Do you think debuff will stack 5 times when Sargon uses his active skill and hit the enemy march each time with that active skill? And he said yes, he believes 5 times, but of course we should wait and see after testing. Like, yes, now there is a synergy between his first skill and second skill, because you are going to deal this damage for the next 5 seconds every time 500, total 2.5k. This means you are going to deal skill damage to the enemy 5 separate times. So you are going to apply this debuff 5 times, but the main problem is people can just get away from you, and the time you are going to get full benefit of the skill is really, really small. So I don't think it is worth it. Let's move on to the next question. My question was, does this changes your best Sargon pairings or rating of him? He said, definitely. I would say he is still a good rally commander, but unfortunately, he is weak in the field. Now, usually, we have a field commander and we have a rally commander. And high spenders will obviously work on both, but low spenders, depending on your troop type, if you were to be an infantry main, you would 100% want to work on Sargon because he was the field commander, and even though his first skill, his active skill, wasn't that great, rest of his kit was pretty decent, especially his debuff. So he was the Chandragupta of infantry or Nerys of the infantry. But with that little nerf, that actually did hurt him quite a bit. Unfortunately, he is, yes, still pretty good in rallies because garrison cannot run away from you, right? Both rally and garrison will be fighting to the death until, rally is cancelled. But in the field, people will run away from you. You are not get the full benefit of the skill, unfortunately, because I'm an infantry main. After my Nevsky John project, I was thinking about investing on Sargon, but now I won't. I'm going to be honest, I won't invest on Sargon unless some high spenders invest on him and test him and proves us wrong on the field. But until then, I'm not going to waste my sculptures on Sargon. And my last question for Duke was, current best infantry investment order after the nerf on Sargon. He said, unfortunately, he didn't include Sargon, Scipio, Guan, CJ, and Harold for field fighting. And Sargon now is just a decent, is okay rally commander. Yes, his debuff is quite major in rally situations, but come on, for rallies, we already have Tariq, or not we, high spenders already had Tariq. Tariq is not that great against swarms, but he has really, really good amount of damage. And we had Sargon. We had Sargon for the field, but now, unfortunately, we don't. So please be careful when you're investing your legendary commander sculptures on Sargon, because not only me, not only Jake, many infantry mains now thinks that Sargon is unfortunately not worth for field fighting. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a quick video. I just wanted to release this video. And if you think this video helped you, hit the like, hit subscribe so that you don't miss future videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.